Hello everyone, Elizabeth Cadney's here, one of the authors of the College Mindfulness Workbook, and this video is intended to give you a sense of the multiple courses where this book can be used. For this video, I have the help of our instructor's manual, which gives you some more in-depth information about how to use this book across the disciplines. So your course may not be mentioned here, but we assure you that this book would be valuable in any course. So here's just some of the options. So for high school classes, the book, each of the activities in this book is simple enough to be understood by young students. The readings that are more complicated are intentionally short to allow for a deep and thoughtful reading and to allow students to be guided through those readings. I think often in all classes, we just assign like a really big volume of reading. So everything that's in here is short and very digestible. And helping students to get a sense of the skills that they need for college while they're in high school would be a really, really valuable thing. So we're really excited about the high school classes that are considering adopting this book. So for first year experience classes, you can expand the book to include TED Talks, New York Times readings, YouTube clips, use activities to start students off, and then have more in-depth discussions about college success strategies using one chapter a week if there's a 15-week semester. This really works well for developmental English, first-year writing, and literature classes because you can use the text in here, especially the readings, as a jumping-off place for discussion. But also, the book can be used if you wanted to have a theme of mindfulness in your classes. And then it also is really helpful, especially at the beginning levels, to help students hone their focus skills and their analytical skills as well. In education classes, students can use this as a text to analyze, to write about which activities would be useful for their practice, educational practice going forward at whatever level they're teaching. They can use it to critique some of the activities and as a springboard for creating their own mindfulness practices in the classroom. They can think about the book as an educational model. Is mindfulness one of the educational models that we have available to us? Or is mindfulness, just a practice that comes into the classroom? In other words, should classrooms be focused on the idea of mindfulness at the seams of everything that's done, or is this something that has its place at particular moments and particular times? So there's a lot of room for critical thinking there. This is a book that can help students who are in healthcare fields think about self-care and prevent burnout later, as well as with education, bringing this into thinking about ways to bring this into their practice. Like, how can nurses use medical technology mindfully? How can mindfulness create positive patient-caregiver relationships? And anybody really who's in helping fields or intending to go into helping fields could make use of this book. In psychology, a lot of the activities are rooted in positive psychology or cognitive behavioral therapy. You can think about, the way that these activities might be useful or, possibly could be combined with other activities to help those with mental health issues. You can think about, acceptance and commitment therapy, psychotherapy, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. With whatever topic you may be studying in psychology, you can link some of these activities to have students analyze how that theory is playing out in the activity itself. In science, technology, engineering, and math, starting with an activity, especially those that involve collaboration, can open students' minds to the complex analytical tasks that they'll need to do. And it can be a real moment of connection, especially if the math class, for example, is going to have a lot of lecture-centered teaching or a lot of demonstration. Having a moment of collaboration can be very good. Now, I know that, many science and technology and math classes also have a collaborative mode, especially with labs and sciences, but you can, whatever extra mode you need, if you have a lot of collaboration and you want students to work on their own on something, you can use the book for that, or you can use it to build a more collaborative space. Yeah, so that's what we've got for how to use this book across different classes. We hope that it was helpful, and if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me or to Kate.